But it seems to me that everything that Tom Brady does that paints Tom Brady as a more mythical and a more magnanimous and the greatest leader of all time is that it seems to come out. Devin White said, man, I was a little disappointed that I didn't make the Pro Bowl. And he looked at me and was like, D, I don't give a bleep about no Pro Bowls. There's another bowl I want. I'm like, bro, wow. Like, I've never heard that one before. I could have swore I've said that plenty of times to guys. I'm sure John has said that plenty of times to guys. I know a lot of other players have said that's not the most important bowl. Skip, look.
It's a fairy tale.
No, I just think that when we won the AFC Championship game in Pittsburgh, Skip, we were very excited. Because we went back and we beat a team that had beaten the brakes off of us. But as in our excitement, I was like, hold on, guys. At the beginning of the season, we weren't talking about winning the AFC Championship game. We was talking about going to San Diego, and that's what the Super Bowl was. I said, I'm talking about going to see Shamu. I'm trying to win the Super Bowl because that's how we're going to be remembered.
Anybody cry?
I don't think so, Skip.
Okay.
No, I don't think anybody cried. Who crying in a football game? This ain't no romance novel. This ain't no movie. Big grown ass men, man. Y'all see. That's probably why y'all not gonna win, right? That's Skip. Got there, cried in the locker room after the game. Jeez, after a win, really, really, Skip. I mean, really.
Shannon, they were the Succaneers. They were 7-9. They were going nowhere slowly, and all of a sudden, the GOAT said, "I choose you," and lives changed.
Oh my God.
And all of a sudden, they wake up after going 3 times on the road as a wild card team, and they are going home to the first ever home team Super Bowl.
But it just, Skip, Brady understands, and that's the problem that I don't think enough people have. Brady understood from a very long time ago is that I'm playing for Super Bowls, and if a Pro Bowl, All-Pro MVP comes along with that, I'll take it. Far too many guys put it the other way. If the Super Bowl comes with me making the Pro Bowl, making the All-Pro team, I'll take that.
Okay.
Brady just shifted it. Super Bowl first, and then everything that comes after that, I'll take that.
Okay. Did Tom Brady volunteer this story as he was being interviewed?
No.
He never does.
No,
he never would.
no.
He's not going to make his own mythology, right? He gives you nothing in the interviews.
Right.
This came from Levante David during a podcast. And the key to this is we don't know the player in question.
Right.
I don't know if he was a second stringer, third stringer, practice squatter. I don't know who it was. But here's the difference. I've always told you Tom Brady is Jordan-esque, but there are many stark differences between the two of them. The difference in this one line, what the F you crying for, we're not done yet. That's what Levante said, that Tom said to whoever was crying real tears, okay? The key to that is the tone of how you said it. I believe Tom Brady asked it as a question. Why are you crying for? With some sympathy behind it.
But you just know why he said it, Skip, because you said they were the Succaneers.
Okay.
They were just 7-9, and now we go from 7-9 and we in the Super Bowl.
Okay, here's the difference between Brady and a guy I knew very well in Chicago because I covered him, Michael Jordan. He would have said the same thing in an incredibly different tone, a scathing tone, and it wouldn't have had a question mark after it. It would have been a declarative statement. Like, what are you doing?
What are you crying for?
Right? Okay, so this is Michael Jordan versus Tom Brady in different styles because one is the all-time good cop leader. Now, Tom will unleash on you in the like on the bench in the huddle. But it's coming from a place of love and respect that he has built slowly but surely in the time allotted, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but with Jordan, you were all over him for the documentary, right, The Last Dance, because he was abusive.
Right.
He was verbally abusive of everybody on that team, including Scottie Pippen. He would humiliate. He would annihilate players in practice, while in this case, Tom would never do that.
Right.
He would never try to show you up in front of your teammates. Am I right?
Right.
Okay. So in this case, Tom, Levante didn't say it how Tom probably said it. So I'm going to give him I would love that he said it this way. If he said it in the tone that he could get away with saying it to somebody.
I don't have a problem with him saying it. What I have a problem with him is that what happens in the locker room normally stays in the locker room.
Right. Okay? So, in the end, are you saying you hate that he said this?
No, I don't. Look, how Tom Brady motivates and gets that team ready to play, that's the only Tom Brady knows. He's been around them long enough. He kind of knows what to say, when to say it, and how to say it. But for me, Skip, what I've always tried to do, Skip, is that I've always tried to tell people, like, emotion is good, but control emotion is better. So when someone is feeling something, some happiness, I don't tell them they shouldn't feel that at that moment, because I don't know. I know what I felt, Skip, when I won the Super Bowl. Did I feel the same thing after I won the AFC Championship game? Not to the level that I felt the Super Bowl, because that's the ultimate prize. But getting there after being so close, I mean, getting knocked out the year before in the divisional round and finally get there, you're like, oh, man, now I get a chance. Because, Skip, there's nothing worse than getting knocked, I guess. Yeah, it is. That happened to me my second year in the league, getting knocked off the game before the Super Bowl. Because you're so close. You're so close. You're like, man, we going to the Super Bowl. We win this game, we going to the Super Bowl, and no, you're not. And like I said, I don't, like you said, you don't know who it was. I don't know who it was. But for them, maybe they played 7, 8, 9 years. Maybe, Skip, maybe this is their first time going to a Super Bowl.
Okay. So, in the end, I don't think he's trying to create any new mythology about Tom Brady. I just think...
But he did it. He didn't intend to, but he did.
But it speaks to Tom Brady taking a team that had no idea how to win games at all and turning it into a Super Bowl team on the fly in a pandemic with no preseason.
Well, that's Skip. I believe they would have been a wild card team at bare minimum last year if Jameis, instead of having 30 interceptions, has 15, or if he has 20. If he throws 33 touchdowns with 20 picks, they're a wild card team. That was the difference. You look at Tim Tebow, Skip. They went, what did they go? They went 8-8, and then the next year Manning comes in, they goes 13-3. It's just. And Tom, I mean, look, we can't compare, just like we couldn't compare Tebow to Manning. We can't compare Jameis. But Tom understands. Tom understands moments and how to manage himself in moments and take opportunities that when they're presented, he maximizes those opportunities. So, like I said, for me, there are a lot of things that happen. Now, you talk about somebody that can write a bestseller, your boy. If I went back and wrote, over my 14 years, no, let me take it back. From high school to college into my 14 years, Skip, guarantee you be a bestseller, New York Times bestseller. Guarantee you do 2 million copies.
Really?
Guaranteed.
Well, why don't you do it?
No, sir.
Why not?
There's certain things that it would happen in the locker room. It happened in that time. You leave it alone. You take it to your grave. Okay.
So you're saying Levante David was out of line to even bring up the story?
I just think things that happened in the locker room, just leave it in the locker room.
Okay. Fair enough.
I want to read your book now, though. No, I feel like you can leave out some stuff.